अब आते हैं when we have to perform the when to use Apex. What are the exact time when we have to use the Apex instead of the admin part, other than this. To perform the couples of business process, if you have to perform the couple of the business process which is not supported by the workflow, which is not supported by workflow, process and flow. If these things are not supported by this, if your business process is not supported by these things, which are the things is that the workflow, process or flow, then you should use the Apex. Second, to perform the complex validation over the multiple object. If you validate any object, then if you are validating any object, the if there is a multiple object, then you have to write the Apex code for validation of the multiple objects. Say the third one is third one for the to create the web service and email service. If you want to create the services like the web services and the email services, then you have to write down the Apex code for the transaction and rollback. Fourth one is for transaction and rollback, you have to write down the Apex code. The flow of the action is that this is the nodes of the server. The flow and the action of the node is that where is look here. When what is happening, one is a developer user, and second one is a developer user. When developer write the code, through that that code through internet is transferred to the Apex host.com. That course is transferred to the host.com, which is platform. In platform there are other two things. One is the Apex compiler and Apex runtime, and second one is the data storage. What is the responsibility of the data is store the data. When developer write down the compile class or trigger anything through internet, the thing is happening, all the things is received to the force.com, and in force.com first the Apex compiler check the syntax. If everything is correct, then it's saved to the database. If anything is wrong, if anything is wrong, then it not be stored in the database. It from the user interface to it came from the user interface to compile time. If any compiler show the error and show the problem in the there is a multiple tab is near to the developer console, developer Salesforce, then you can see the if any problem in the problem tab, then it cannot be saved into the database. Only the saved things is that which is only saved thing is the compile code is only storage in the data storage. Then data storage only compile code. This is a things is done by the developer. If I talk about the user and end user, it requests through the internet, it requests go to the Apex runtime environment, Apex server. The information is received by the Apex server, and Apex server request to the data storage, and data storage provide that class and this is code is which is stored here. It compile class and compile class, then Apex run that class and through the internet show the result in the end user. Show the result to the end user. This all the things is written down here. Let's see one by one. Then developer action. What are the inside of the developer action? Let's see. When a developer write and save the code to the Apex platform, when a developer write and save the code to the Apex platform, the platform application server compile the code into the set of the instruction. That means saving of the from the code to the compiler. It and the platform application server compile and the platform application server this is a platform force.com and its application server compile the code and set of the instruction that understood by the Apex runtime. This is a things is compiled code, and whatever the thing inside is that run by the Apex, understood by the Apex runtime. ठीक. Enterprises enterprise and then save those instruction to compiler Apex. This is a problem action of the developer action. This is the of the things is the developer action. Let's move to the backend end user and user action. End user action is what the things is written down here is that when the end user perform the some action, when end user performs some action involving the Apex code which related to Apex code or which related to Apex code or any action which is related to an Apex code, and when the end user trigger that execution of Apex by clicking the button a button or the access or Visual Studio page, the platform application server retrieve the compile instruction from the metadata are sent to the Apex runtime. From the metadata, the Apex class is retrieved metadata and sent to the Apex runtime, which interpreted before the retrieving the result. Then retrieve the Apex class is sent to the Apex runtime and it retrieve the result, and the end user observe no different is the execution time as compared to the started application platform request. And then end user observe no difference is in the execution time as compiled and compared to the static application. What are the responsibility? Have you understood the how the developer user, how the developer user and end user, how the developer user and end user access the force.com platform, and how the internet developer user uncompile code or and trigger in write down the internet, and that internet is transferred that application to the force.com, and force.com Apex compile and store in the data center. When end user is request for the retrieving the data, it request is transferred to the Apex trigger. Request is transferred to the Apex class, which is the data store, and this data storage is done by the metadata, which is the request have sent by the end user, and that metadata is stored the data value and put it into the Apex runtime, and Apex run decide in which language they prefer to execute the search first.